We're getting paid! Woo!
We're getting paid because we won the thing there.
That's true.
No, we're not because we didn't vote for Infamous.
So
No,
there
I
we
said
go.
we're getting paid.
Secret versus Newbee. We will 2x our way through the draft as we have been throughout most of the replays. And remember, boys and girls, we got a long one here. Remember that we can request fast forwards, rewinds, pauses, whatever you need along the way to enhance your casting and viewing pleasure.
Can we get the remix, though? That's what I want to know.
What's the remix?
The remix is when you get a beat and you just, make it up.
I've got the Dead Vow sound pack.
Oh, let's do it. Meanwhile, Pop-Tart's in the back like, please, God, no. Don't do that to me.
We already made him buy the Shag Bar cut. I mean, it's rough back there.
Is this third ban techies something? Like, what is happening here, boys?
There's a lot of players that have been practicing techies in pubs before TI, just like looking to possibly cheese with it. It also might just be baiting people to ban it. I was considering making a YouTube video about some of the players that are playing techies, but I didn't want to like out them kind of. It's just because their match data is like not public, and you can get it through Dota 2 Pro Tracker. But it's like I don't know how. I heard that there was another one of those before that got shut down because they were like monetizing it or something like that.
The popular one is Shadow GG.
Shadow GG.
That's the
Oh, Shadow Analytics, yeah.
Don't they have like a pro?
They do. So that company is actually kind of interesting because they used to be sort of like behind the scenes, just, hey, contact us if you want access to some data and we'll figure it out. And now they're actually like tiers. So you can just go on their website and sign up and pay whatever their monthly thing is to get access. And that's the main thing they advertise is that they have so much data, they can identify people on their Smurf accounts. So you can look at what games pros are playing on accounts.
Damn.
They should
that
be.
they're trying to hide.
They should be sponsoring us. With
I don't know if
stuff.
it works. I don't know if it works. I'm saying that's what they claim. But, I mean.
I could identify people on their Smurfs. I think they just hire me, man. I know everybody's Smurfs.
Well, there you go.
I'm
There's another job
stalking people left,
opportunity
right, and
for
center.
you.
So they claim it's data. Really, they've just got some nerd in there who's playing pubs.
Definitely.
Like, oh, I know that guy's play style.
Yeah.
Blink in the second slot. Must be this guy.
So CM Naga against the Marana Ember Spirit opener. Okay.
This Marana pick, I don't know about you guys, but it completely caught me off guard. Are people playing Marana in EU?
It's been popping up occasionally now.
I haven't seen much of it until TI.
I saw it in China pubs, and I feel like that's where a lot of the players from the other regions got it from. Especially with like the matchmaking change, and everybody's been like grinding matchmaking, and China pubs are super serious and actually good. So
yeah,
if you see something in there, it's probably pretty good.
Naga just randomly pops up every single TI. Whether it's support or core, everyone just loves this idea of being able to like stop a team fight.
Yeah.
This looks like a magical girl lineup coming out from the side of Team
Yeah.
Secret.
Yeah,
Especially with it going like 2 times as fast. They're just
Look at Naga's pumping.
They're
yeah,
on
she's
brand.
ready. They're ready to go.
Yeah, I think you're right though, Shane. Naga is such a unique carry in that regard, where I don't think there's anyone else who can carry as hard as she can, but also have that just, oh, we don't like this fight, reset. And it's not a skill shot. It's not anything. You just hit the button. You got 8 seconds to decide what you want. You don't even have to TP right away.
Yep. I think when it's like really high intensity Dota and like the pressure's on a bit, you do make mistakes, and just being able to reset, as you said, it's perfect.
Yeah.
This guy Ogre, he can feck off every single game, and when you're playing against this thing, you can even shut him down. You can't shut him down in the lane, but say for example you did, he still gets a Midas and still starts multicasting and is already like 3 or 4 levels
like
ahead
3
of
multicasts later, he's ahead of you.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I love this
I
hero
love it.
because it's idiot proof, so it's great for me. Like Brax and I were bonding over this. We're both, these young Dota players. They're 19, 18, whatever. They're doing all these crazy skills and mechanics. But you could just pick Ogre and be like an old guy, and you just run in and be beefy and like occasionally stun somebody, bloodlust your guy.
Just womp them. You just got a big club.
Just
yeah, you're good to go. You're good to go.
You're playing club Dota.
Yeah, I love it. This hero's great.
Do you actually enjoy playing him, though? Like, when you're sitting there 30 minutes into a game and you're just bloodlusting people, are you actually having
Okay,
fun?
see, the thing
Beforehand, no. Like, straight up, no. It was the worst experience in Dota. But now, you all of a sudden have a Dagon 5 and an E-Blade and a Blink Dagger and all this kind of stuff because of the Midas.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're finally seeing people use the Midas with the multicast. When that came out, I was like, this is incredible. And then it was ignored for months.
Right. The Midas got nerfed twice, and then people still come back to it. It's like, this is broken.
It is. The first time you do it and you get a 3x Midas, you go, oh,
yeah.
I have my item now.
Especially
okay.
with the 2x now being 75% chance, you're just almost guaranteed to to have like a double Midas. It's,
Yeah, Brax and I were talking about that actually in
It's
the
really
game that we
nice.
cast. Was it's one of those most satisfying things getting a multicast.
Oh, yeah.
So you could be really bored the rest of the time, but once you get that sweet multicast and you hear that sound, it's like
It's
feels so good.
it's really good against Chen, which surprisingly is not a hero that people are picking up all that much. That hero was super popular before, but you just Midas and kill the entire Chen army. It's so sad.
Looking at the draft so far, this is the dream lifestealer game. There is nothing that can stop you. Like Ogre has to get so close to you before
Underlord.
he stuns. All of the rest of the stuff doesn't even affect you.
What do you guys think about Underlord right now? He was one of the I don't remember what it was for, but he was one of the predictions that Trent and I were talking about. And Trent said that Underlord is going to be a sleeper hero.
Yeah.
He's going to pop up, and he's better than people realize.
He's God tier.
What's the deal? What makes him God tier? Why is Underlord so good?
Well, first of all, this talent is a sneaky little talent. The level 15 one, I think it's like 7 extra atrophy permanent damage. And you don't really notice, but all of a sudden you're getting dual wins in fights without having any risk. And you start building up damage and you have like 200 damage randomly. And it's like a hero that you don't need damage from, but it adds it on top. I think that's a cool aspect of it anyway.
Yeah, that is an interesting way. Like you're getting the benefit of duel
None
without
of
the
the
risk.
risk.
Yeah.
Essentially.
He's really, really good against these illusion heroes. Like the percentage-based damage destroys Naga, and this is in a meta where there are very few offlaners that can deal with her in lane. Naga's like the only hero that can lane an Enchantress that's not just Batrider. And yeah, it's pretty nice to be able to counter the Naga. Like I see it as like a Naga counter pick. My personal opinion is that Underlord is like B or C tier, but that's still good, you know. And against a Naga, it's like A or S tier.
I feel it forces you to play Naga differently. Instead of like grouping up all your illusions and letting someone and just going all in on it, you have to kind of split them up.
Right.
And it's not as powerful.
And even if you just push one lane with Underlord against a Naga, that's enough because she's usually pushing 2 unless she's very close to your base. So if you can stop her from pushing one lane and then you have your team push the other lane and you just relocate to them with the ulti, that solves the Naga problem. That's why it's so nice against this hero.
All right, we made it through the strategy. What do they call it? Strategy time? Is that the official name?
I think so, yeah.
So you
Sleeping.
give your mid 2 tangos.
That pounce in from Underlord.
Yeah, that
He's
was
ready.
cool.
That's
Is that the
pretty
badass
badass
golden?
cosmetic? Yeah.
I don't think that's golden though.
I think it's golden.
Is it? I don't think so.
It looks. Oh
No,
no, it's
it is
not. It's
green.
just the green one.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of gold on it. The red one's real expensive. That's a $300 or more scepter, or whatever you want to call it.
That's not even expensive in the tier of items. You need to spend some more time in China inspecting
yeah.
cosmetics.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole nother meta over there.
What is it? The bunny one? That's like for Marana. It's very very pricey.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
like $1,000.
It looks
Yeah.
absolutely awful as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's cute.
I'm going to close our little box in the corner there, David, for us. Top right. Thank you. He's like, wait, Underlord? Look at how weird that tooltip is. Doesn't it just like he's smiling at you?
It really
It
does.
freaks me out.
Maybe he's a very happy dinosaur.
My problem with this hero is that, I guess going back to that, is that he's slow. Like he needs a lot of levels before he starts actually doing things. And that's my only issue with him. But if you're playing against a Naga wants to play slow in the first place. So you're perfectly fine just standing in front of towers and being immortal, delaying the game.
The survivability on him sometimes can be very difficult too, depending on what you're up against. Because he doesn't have a net, like you said, he's doesn't have a lot to his kit where he can get out easily. He's just tanky, but you have to be.
Oh yeah, if you start dying on Underlord, you just feed.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
He really needs those first couple levels. He's one of those, like, I wish I could just start at level 3 kind of heroes.
Although with that being said, though, the whole creep cutting and creep dragging thing is kind of like a newish concept that people. Like, Underlord came back, and now it's something that everybody's doing every game. So you could just drag the waves and get him free level 3. Like everybody does that on every hero now. So maybe it's better for him in this meta.
Isn't it also kind of crazy that all this talk about Underlord, anytime he pops up, there's all these aspects, and we almost never mention his ult. And it's one of the coolest, like, potentially game-breaking ultimates where you can win a fight and then just jump to the enemy base or just full team escape.
God, it's hard to use, man. It's
It
real
is
hard to use.
It is, but it's one of the most badass spells in the game.
Yeah,
well, it makes you play. You have to be very, very careful to make sure all your lanes are pushed out before you go for any sort of objective, right? Because if you don't, and if the creeps are already pushing into your base, you lose the team fight, then all of a sudden they're just at your door knocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even knocking, they just burn down your door.
Yeah. And if you start to get ahead, it does give you that ability to make really aggressive plays and just use it as a guaranteed escape for yourself. You know, forget about team retreat, but the mid Slark. Some chat about this in the early panels, and now we'll get to see it against the Ember Spirit.
What was the conclusion of the chat?
That mid Slark is quite good against most melee heroes.
Fair.
It's pretty much the TLDR, although Ember, I think, should be okay.
With the new build people are doing on Slark too, like the kind of non-Shadow Blade build.
We can rewind. We're cool.
Yeah, we can rewind.
Do we need to see Puppy CM die, though, at 1 minute?
I'm pretty sure he just got arrowed.
I feel like he
right?
probably just got
think
arrowed.
Yeah. we know what happened. It's
Went
all
to Snag though, which is nice. He's probably very happy about that.
It's too bad he didn't get the Atrophy Aura. He would have got bonus damage.
Oh, what a bummer.
It's only 2.
That's 2 extra damage.
Because it scales per level,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, it
it's not
does.
like Pudge Flesh Heap. That would be busted.
That would be
though.
really busted.
That would. Has Pudge had much love in the group stage, actually?
Yeah. We saw him in a game. Or
He was
two.
another hero that some people were saying, like, Pudge is just good right now. Like, his strength gain, the way Flesh Heap, or just
Yeah.
the whole, like, Pudge is just in a much better place than he has been probably in the last 4 TIs or something.
I think Infamous actually played a Pudge. Pudge mid. I think it was Chris Luck who played it.
Really?
People are playing
Yeah.
Pudge mid.
I don't think they won.
Oh.
But I remember coming up with it, like.
But I
we-
think the
we
Pudge is
cast it
fairly
too when
legit,
we were
though.
When we were at WCG, remember Black? Black actually played the safe lane Pudge
Did he?
one game. Yeah,
I know a lot of people play safe lane. That's a big thing in NA and SA.
that was during WCG.
dead
Oh,
dragon?
pie. Bye-bye, pie.
What's the story with the Jakiro pick? Is it just to deal with the illusions, or why did they pick it up so early?
I was thinking that I know that they had a Willow plus a Crystal Maiden, but I was thinking
Yeah.
to deny the Naga plus Jakiro.
No, didn't they second pick Naga?
They did. They already had the Naga, but
Yeah.
It was CM Naga opener for Secret, and Potom.
like they
Ember.
Secret Secret played mid 1 Jakiro before this, so maybe they're like deny picking the
Okay.
Jakiro
Yeah.
because it's like one of the best combos with Naga.
Yeah, it's like the easiest setup in the world.
It's so easy.
We saw MSS just get another pick there.
Want to do
Like,
that?
I feel like, as far as supports go in 4 roles, Mirana just has far more kill potential than anyone else. She has the leap to gap close, get some attack speed, a load of burst magical damage as well. It's insane.
They buffed the leap, right? So she's
Yeah.
got way more leap charges now. The refresh rate is quicker.
They also. Oh.
All right, let's rewind that one. I want to see what happened here.
I reckon the mid one just manned up, had a fairy fire or something, yeah, and then was
Yeah.
Wow,
like, I
Shane,
got
you
this.
sniped that. He pops the fairy fire and loses the mana. Okay. Well, good news for
He
CCNC.
suicides.
Yep.
Chris Lark is still dead, so he doesn't get the XP. That's really nice.
We see a
then just
lot of that nowadays.
Yeah.
Resets the lane now.
Yep.
So we used to see that before where you get a kill and you think, wow, I just won this lane, and they come back full HP, full mana, and you don't have cooldowns, you don't have mana.
Yeah.
And
You're
if you
screwed.
die, you threw away your whole advantage and then some.
Yep.
Even if you don't get the full like wave of last hits, you actually just lost. Like the trade.
Yeah, it's like more than a kill.
Exactly,
Gold and
yeah.
XP.
Oh.
Settings.
Settings.
So, David, if you do the pop down on the right corner, what happens if you click, no, top right? And then that button that says jump ahead. What is that? No, the one below. Okay, well,
Oh,
that works
perfect.
too. But I wonder if you click jump ahead, does that just take you to the end of the pause?
I don't know.
I don't know what jump ahead does.
No, I think it takes you to like the next like notable moment as
Quick.
deemed by
Oh,
like
okay.
the algorithm.
So do not click that button. Is
That
that
can-
what you're telling me?
that can take you to like the end.
Okay.
It can sometimes break the replay.
So that's Dota's version of I'm feeling lucky. Is that what you're telling me?
Don't press that.
It's the gambler.
Oh, snaking.
In some trouble here. Is the king actually going to fall? Finds his way into the
There's a
trees.
saw. He goes good.
He's still alive and kicking. He's going for it. He's still alive.
Hey, Marana's back in. MSS says maybe we can turn this around.
Oh.
The cat chasing the puppy.
Hope he solves. He'll be fine.
I'm glad you laughed at that, Jacob.
It was pretty good. It was like a mom. Is our mom jokes the equivalent of dad jokes? Is that how it goes?
I can still be a dad joke.
It was a
right?
dad joke.
It's a dad joke.
Yeah.
You can still be a
It's
dad.
2019.
It's 2019. You
Yeah,
can be a dad.
Come on, Andrew.
So I wasn't sure which way that went with 2019. Which
It's all good in the hood.
Yep, fairly quiet start to this game, but Bounty's about to come out. Courier comes
Courier.
flying
It's
in.
not
Hey,
possible
gang.
to kill with Willow.
I was just thinking more about the Underlord Naga matchup, and even the passive from Underlord because of what Naga wants to build. She wants to build all these agility
Agi
items,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's true.
What
Yep.
is it like? 30%,
40.
40 at
40%.
Yep.
the final.
Odd base damage.
Yeah, that's another good point.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Feels like the newbie squad also just needed a really good frontliner, right? That's also, all these other mechanics aside, that is where Underlord really shines. He is just your standard big boy. Get in the front line, get the auras up, and just absorb damage.
And they have a good amount of like initiation / disable from like Emberge, Kiro, even Mirana. Like Lifestealer has his own slow. So you don't really need that like, axe, like get in your face, blink initiate sort of hero.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can pick an Underlord and it just sucks that you have no pick off. You have no ganking. But with the heroes they definitely have a lot. God, this Bassi item, man. Everybody's getting Bassi.
It's so popular. Well, 8 damage. What is it? Point something mana regen.
0.75. Yeah, no armor anymore. Oh, 2 armor. Yeah, there it is.
I think honestly, if they just removed it from the side shop, it wouldn't be as great of an item.
Yeah, because you just don't need the courier, right?
It's the fact that like you get the bounty runes and you instantly get the Bassi from the side shop. If you start with the Sage's Mask.
The dream room.
It used to be the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, Nisha just playing with Newbee a little bit there with the micro.
I've heard CC&C complain so many times about people getting regen runes in his lane. It's
Really?
so funny. It's so funny to see him get one. It's like,
Is that kind of like the S4 haste rune?
yes, it's like every time I'm mid, somebody gets a regen rune and I lose, like a regen before 10 minutes. It's like, well, there you go, buddy. Congraties. You can buy null tallies.
I just want to see this Ogre Midas. Can we just fast forward to the Ogre Midas, please?
Just jump ahead.
Yeah,
It's going to obviously
not
jump
yet.
ahead to
Not
the...
yet.
We don't have it
No.
How to tighten the butthole of every caster on this couch right now.
Pretty chill otherwise, though.
It really has been. I mean, we picked a Naga game today. I
Yeah.
don't know what we were. Whoever was in charge of selecting the games. That's
They're
a few
fired.
demerits. Everyone loves Naga, right?
What's your best Naga Siren impersonation?
Are you looking at me?
I'm looking at you, Jenkins.
Oh.
I don't know any of her voice lines. I don't play Naga.
She does the... the
Oh,
song.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Nailed
Nice.
it.
Let me think. She says some fish, like, swim with the fishes, like something like that.
Like an old crone.
Well,
Did you just lay him up for that to smash him down? Was that the play with the...
Yeah, we're
I thought he
we're
was going
supposed
to
to
do
be
the
friends.
imitation of the ultimate, actually.
all right, you do it. You're setting us up. Let's see. Let's
No,
see.
because I'm too loud. I will bust this thing.
And Snare. No, that was a
That was better than both of
That
ours.
was fabulous. Fabulous. I love
That
it.
was awful and still so
I
much
think
better.
I love the lack of enthusiasm in your voice. I really saw
We put too much into it.
I was trying to. She has that like weird echo kind of built
She's
into
got
her
like a
voice. That-
kind of thing.
If I had like
Yeah.
the right microphone, I could definitely give
the
it.
Oh,
right
right.
microphone.
Sure, sure. A poor artist blames his tools, there, friend.
Is that a saying?
Yeah.
That's a
I
nice
think
one.
so. Have you ever heard
It
a
is
painter
now.
go, "Oh, I mean, this fucking canvas is a piece of shit, but if I had a proper canvas, I could totally Monet this bitch right now." Said
I think
no
that
one
needs
never.
to- that
See,
needs to be
Monet
your
Monet
idea.
this bitch.
You're just offending every Dota player ever, because that's how every Dota player thinks.
Using Monet as a verb sounds really way more offensive than it's supposed to be.
It's amazing.
What is it? In other cultures, I think it's Finnish. People will actually instead of
Oh my.
instead of like insulting people, they'll actually call them like diseases.
That-
I learned that when I was at Dream League. I was sitting there with a bunch of different people, and they're like, "Yeah," and then I believe it was Finland. It was either Finland or Poland.
It is interesting learning about insults across different cultures and what's offensive to some folks and not to others. It really is fascinating. It's all relative, man.
So next time you're in your pub, you can just be like, "God,
You know the OK
such a
sign?
syphilis."
The OK sign in Brazil means butthole.
Yeah.
And I was doing that a lot, being Canadian. My mother-in-law's
Hey, it's all good.
Brazilian.
Okay.
It's like, oh, this is delicious food. She's like, you think my food tastes like ass? Well, yes, but
Ooh, are they gonna get the mighty
Ogre?
ogre? Yeah, they found him. They
Okay,
got him.
Side takes a tumble.
What do you guys think of this new Ember skill build, the no chains? I'm not. I don't know. For me, this hero's all about slaying people. I feel like this removes your ability to kill people.
I mean, you can slay people with this. It's just a different sort of slaying. You're running into the lanes like a Queen of Pain with not really disable, but damage. And like,
I always sort of was under the assumption that Slight was kind of a one-point wonder, and yeah, sure, you
Yeah.
level it up eventually, but like having that third point in Slight in the early levels always feels worse than that first point in Chain. Almost no matter what. There might be some scenarios where they can either cleanse Chain or break it right away, where you feel like, all right, I'm getting no value anyway. Maybe like against a Abaddon or some shit, but
Oh my god, is Puppy dead?
There's
Will
the arrow.
the Crystal
Oh.
Maiden die?
hey, that's the Z-Freak strat. He said you just arrow the range creep, because even if you miss, you hit the range creep.
Oh.
Smart.
Yeah.
We'll go with that one. That's why he missed.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Underlord's the greatest setup for
No,
Marauder.
well, it's like 0.6 of a second.
yeah, something like that.
That's when you have to have really good team
Does it
synergy,
scale?
right?
1.2, all right.
That scales. 1.8's not. That's not good. It's not bad.
Uh-oh.
Go for the range creep again there.
Good dead.
3 damage.
That's a big
Nice.
range creep. Oh, that's an Underlord.
He's not even ranged.
Puppy now down bottom.
The Slark.
Got him.
What were we going to say, Jenkins?
I was just saying, they're going to say Slark has a Midas, Ogre's going to get a Midas, and they have a Naga.
Yeah, Midas Gaming.
And Lifestealer has a
Lifesteal has a Midas.
So,
CCC.
okay.
This game is going late.
A little dive here. Canceled TP. CC and C still just hanging around.
He wants that last slide on the Absol.
He really
Oh.
does.
I mean, he
yeah.
pulled mid one down here, so there actually isn't a huge opportunity
Oh.
cost
Yeah,
for him,
no.
and he gets it.
They're protecting the siege creep too, with their bodies. He doesn't have any bottle charges left. Did they fort? Yeah, they fort for this as well. They just need to wait for the next wave. This is really nice. This is a great rotation from CC.
He might got Midas. The siege creep.
Oh,
mid
that's
one
too
Midas.
bad. I mean, that's good for mid one. He's very good at when it comes to siege creep control. He does this on the mid lane too. He'll sacrifice spiders on Broodmother or something like that for the
Oh,
siege.
and here's the classic secret. Mid lane's open. Oh, Naga just going to slither her way over there. Hey, I'll take a little bit of free farm. Okay, moving into the jungle.
To the triangle.
100
Sacred
CS.
Triangle.
Damn.
What does Kyle call this? The masturbatorium? It's just his core's just jerking off over there.
Masturbatorium. That is pretty top tier.
That is very Kyle.
It is, though. If you played one in the last 6 months and you've sat there alone for 5 minutes, you realize how amazing it is. It truly is the triangle. Especially
Yes.
with the broken Drow range. Where is Drow, by the way? Is she going to make any appearance?
Liquid
there.
picked it up a few times.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'm sure she's been picked, but
They
they
got
find
him. Looks like Puppy. Gonna go after him too?
CC and C
Thinking
a little
about it.
low on mana, but I still want it.
Man,
2 TPs?
Secret is so relentless defending this tower when they have better late game. Well, when they think they have better late game.
And MSS is going to live.
He takes so much magic damage on.
Ooh, that arrow.
Pretty nice setup here. Can they clean up this kill, though?
He's really tanky on side.
Going to need a little more, and they've got it. The slows are just too much. Oh, Newbee getting some momentum.
I think a Yapso too.
Nice. Nicely done.
I think I've seen Secret do this in like a few games now, where they
You've
just
seen Secret win some games, have you?
no, they feed defending the safe lane tower.
They just
Oh,
like
I see.
all
They
in for it.
relentlessly all
Yeah.
in for it when they think they have like this amazing, when they have like a Naga or something.
You think that's a mistake, or just...
Oh, I think it's interesting. It's probably not a mistake because it's Team Secret and they're really good at Dota, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But they put a lot of value on it. Other teams just sack it, even if they have better late game.
I mean, isn't that kind of regarded as like the access point into the Radiant jungle?
Yeah,
So
it is. Yeah, it's
that's your spot you want to hold. Same with the mid-tier one, so
Right.
that Naga can safely farm, and if they come in, you have reaction
if there's
points.
if there's anywhere you're gonna hold to delay the game, it's your safe lane tower. It opens up like the most area of the map, unless you have a hero that really wants to farm around like the mid lane tower, like the triangle or something.
Uh-huh. Okay. By the way, you guys see that tweet from, I don't know what game it was after, but it was one of the games where Newbee looked really good, and he said, man, Newbee kicked ass that game. Everyone looked so good except for MSS. And then Trent retweeted it, and MSS
Yes.
replied, what the hell, bro? What's wrong with you? And he meant to say everyone, especially MSS. That's one of those autocorrect typos. I can just picture Mott sitting there frantically like, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. Oh, no. Mojo's going to be mad. Shout out to Mott. He'll be here Friday and Saturday.
That's such a mod. Oh my god.
It really is.
So I think mid one's going Hood on Slack. I appreciate that queued up. Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
They have so much magical burst,
That's the,
right? It's
en-
literally only magical damage.
Envy strat, yeah, it's. If it makes you immortal, it's a good item. Like, there's some lineups you just build it against and it feels like you can't ever die.
The worst feeling on Slack ever is you ulti and then they just burst you with magical damage.
Through the,
Yeah.
through the ulti.
And that's what happened like 2 seconds ago with Ember.
Yeah.
Got a Midas picked up now for Ogre, so see some of those multi-casts
Nice.
coming out.
That's what
It's
we're
gonna
here
be
for.
a
Can
wealthy
we
Ogre.
see Nake's items again, just out of curiosity? So people are doing this.
What the
They're going
belt?
for the Belt of Strength into
Yeah.
Radiance. That's interesting.
It's just a bit of help, I guess.
It's just so funny how trends work in this game, though.
Yeah. It's honestly like high school again. What the cool kids do, everyone copies.
Yeah.
Except we're all nerds.
Except none of us are cool.
Well, we like to do it.
Well, really a pretty classic Naga game here, though. Both sides pretty comfortable to farm. Can I talk to you guys about Lifestealer for a moment, since we have some time in this game? It's been really chapping my ass to see all these Lifestealer picks and just watch all of them farm Midas Radiance and do nothing for the first 20 minutes. What happened to the good old days of buying an armlet, hopping inside of your mobility friend, and just ganking the fuck out of the enemy? What happened to those days?
So before TI started, people were doing that again on Lifestealer, and then it like trended back to this for the TI group stages.
And it's obviously good. And once you get that timing and the Radiance, you can pop off, and we've seen a lot of teams win with it. And I totally get the merits. It just doesn't feel like a default build. Like, I feel like you can catch teams off guard by doing infest ganks. You can gain momentum that way. Like, Armlet is an amazing item on that hero.
I think the strength of Lifestealer is he's kind of like Naga. Well, speaking of Naga, I'm pretty sure she's in pretty deep here, but you don't have to care about him. You can kind of leave him to his own devices.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, is she going to song it to you?
Oh, think so? She wants to.
The arrow, though.
Oh, everybody's taking a nap.
He walked into the sleep at the last second as well.
That should be a dead Nisha here.
Well, yeah, to go back to it, I feel like the strength of Lifestealer is you can leave him there in the safe lane or wherever he is, and you can kind of group up as 4 and do your own thing. Whereas if you're doing what you said, you're kind of not taking advantage of the farm that's available on the map, right?
Uh-huh. So you're saying that it's the more efficient play to just play to your strengths,
I agree. Like
not go all in on kills.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a gamble, right, too? Because if you're being too active and you're farming up,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
you're really
It's
in
a
a
risk.
pickle.
Right, yeah, I was going to point that out too. Especially against a Naga, if you go late game and you don't have a Radiance, you just lose.
Kill onto Puppy. They'll
MSS?
trade for CC&C, though. Yapzor in deep. It's not looking good for Secret.
Get him out of there, Snake King. Get him out.
Will he
Take
be able to
MSS.
save him? MSS does still go
he
down.
canceled the ulti.
Oh, he just
They want
traded
this
the
kill.
life.
I don't know if they can
That's
get
an
it, though.
oof.
That's an oof indeed.
Can I get mid one? That was a question.
Yes,
I don't think so.
Oh,
Should be
girthy
good.
wand.
Slippery little fishy.
Okay.
Snake King just made the decision that mid one is more important than MSS.
That was crazy ambitious, though. I don't know how they were expecting to kill him, especially with the ult still available.
Does he have the hood now on Sword?
Oh, it's a double.
Oh,
does, yeah.
That's real difficult to kill that guy. Slippery.
So about the Lifestealer, Jenkins, you were saying something.
So I agree with Moxie that it's risky to risk going late game on Lifestealer against a Naga. Usually when there's a Naga on the enemy team, you want somebody on your team to build a Radiance, and when Lifestealer can already go that build, it makes it a lot more effective. I also feel like before TI, people were playing a lot more Slardar and like Centaur and other heroes that would combo well with the Lifestealer armlet, but you've like an Underlord this game. And a lot of heroes are kind of trending away from these like Blink Initiators and your Ogres. And
I don't think Naga is as good against Lifestealer now that the net doesn't appear to be good.
yeah, no way.
Yeah.
Lifestealer's like pretty good against Naga, honestly.
You still see a lot of infest spawn usage. It just feels like almost a purely late game tool, like outside of survivability. It's become one of those things where people don't even try to gank him because he he has it to survive,
Right.
so he doesn't even have to use it to survive.
Right. It's so hard to get him out of the safe lane. He can just sit in front of the tower, and that's something that like 1 to 2 years ago people started really committing to, where you just sit one hero in the safe lane. First it started with Winter Wyverns, and then Bat Riders, and then Sand Kings, and now carries are doing like Jug and Lifestealer do it now, because you just I'm magic in you. Good luck, Naga's decent at it as well. Just delays the game so much if you shove out that lane and keep the tower alive.
Look at mid 1-5. It's insane. Like keeping up with Naga in a game where
It feels like he's been running around a fair bit too.
Exactly,
Like
right.
he's what is he? What was his KDA? Click on the Stark again. Yeah, 3, 2, and 1. He's been pretty involved. They'll lose Zai here in the mid. It's another one of these weird secret games where it's 16 to 4.
Pilot die. Oh no.
But they've got some control. Ty gonna live for now. Terrorize.
Look how patient this one is. Just
Yeah.
waiting. Once he can go back in again.
Just using the ulti as best possible.
Oh, let's see what he does here. Mid one, maybe in a little far. Pounces to the low grounds, just hanging on to that ult. Knows his limits.
Oh, this
Team
one,
secret.
Naga's farming though.
Getting those bounty runs too.
Yeah, this
Very
is
important.
nice timing to just take a random fight mid.
Puppy's gonna
3
do
bounties.
Uh-oh.
No.
That's worth
And
it.
the arrow.
Come on, neutrals. No. Not today.
Fear not your death.
372 gold for killing Puppy.
CM has phase boots and 2 braves.
He's huge.
Yeah,
What on earth?
He's pretty fine.
Uh-oh. He has no mana.
CCC, yeah, he's.
Oh, the juke. Well, I'm
I
not
think
sure
he's
that was
picking
a
the arrow.
juke.
Yep. Just a little bit off the mark.
Just missing the pounce is pretty bad in that situation.
That was close to being very sad for CCNC. He had a regen rune too,
Yep.
so.
If I'm secret in this game, I'm not worried at all. Looking at the farm of Naga.
Yeah. Especially when your Slark is doing so well too. It's like a tertiary core, and he could probably still carry the game. This has been. It's like half of Zai's games go like this. He's just getting bullied all the time.
He's making space.
Yeah, he fights so much. He's such a
Warrior.
like as a player. Yeah, he runs in like a.
It's a gladiator.
Indeed.
Right?
I've even seen him like go to a lane, gank, and then just support the lane. Like he just supports one of his other cores as if he's a support. He said in an interview that he considers himself like a 3.5.
Really?
Yeah. He
I
thinks
guess
it's like
when you have Yapsor on the team,
you
right?
have Yapsor, and then
Yeah.
also just I think generally a lot of these fours, like Willow is really good with farm. If you could just get her to have a little bit of farm and you're sacking some of yours, it'd be pretty cool with that. Or these invokers and other heroes that are trending right now as fours.
All of them very greedy, actually.
Yeah, they're all quite greedy and good with farm.
And that is one thing Secret does exceptionally well, though, is absorb farm and spread it across their players.
Yeah.
That's like, to me, one of the hallmarks of this team is just like that idea of, oh, our 4 gets some space to free farm for a few minutes. That's a good thing. Whereas a lot of other teams, it feels like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Put that creep down.
Were you thinking about touching my creeps?
I was considering it.
The worst is when you're playing a support and then your core walks by and Laguna blades the creep that you've been trying to hit for the last like 3 seconds.
You're playing with mean friends in your party queue stacks.
Sometimes I
Mike.
am.
Also, you're not very
And then they
farmed.
laugh.
If it takes you 3 seconds to kill a creep, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
with your-
honestly, that creep
that's
should get
on you.
Lagooned at that point.
I'm a crystal maiden.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it really do be like that.
Feels bad.
Yeah.
You don't think it'd be like that, but it
But
do.
sometimes I do. I do.
Rune of haste.
All right. Well, what do we got here? Another
Sorry,
fight
just-
in the mid?
Tank in the gang.
Looking like it. Looks like Zai putting that big, beefy, beautiful body up front again.
He's putting that ogre body to work, surviving for now. Moonlight Shadow.
Is he dead? Oh.
Yeah, nice.
He was actually stun locked for like a billion
really
years.
is. Seems like once the Guardian Greaves come out on Underlord is when he goes from, yeah, I'm pretty tanky, to, oh shit, what do we do?
It's unkillable.
How do we kill him?
This Yules is one of my favorite items on Underlord. You know, like you can guarantee your ulti getting off late game. It makes you a real pest.
Does he have the move speed talent too?
Yep.
I love it with the move speed talent. You're just so speedy. You can just split push side lane.
And he has the
out.
bonus damage. Look, he already has 34, and it's sneaky as well.
Yeah.
You know, when people cast Legion, I feel like the dual damage is always a topic that comes up. But the attribute bonus damage is like it's a little sneaky. You know?
I guess it's just because you're not really hitting that many people on Underlord, but
What's
if,
the
if,
other?
if you can catch people in fights, like supports, you can two-hit
What's
them.
the other level 15 talent? Cast range or permanent? Okay, 120 cast range is decent, but not amazing on this hero.
It's pretty good, but there's this thing where like, we talked about it with the Sand King, you don't
Yeah.
really need the cast range if you're tanky enough to just walk in the fight.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, go on an Underlord, have fun, I have Guardian Greaves.
Right.
I love that Newbee's like hard defending this mid tower.
Comforting.
They're getting so much from just holding the map like this. And Secret needs to open this up to farm with the Naga.
BKB finished
Yeah,
on
that's
Ember.
big.
We get a win percentage? Kind of curious here.
Oh,
I think it's
Oh.
bugged. 'cause it's been
100%
saying
dire.
dire.
Yeah,
For the last couple
definitely.
games.
Not the. It was working at the beginning though. I wonder what happened.
I
does
don't know.
Dyer always win?
I don't know.
I
Pop
think
Tart broke it.
D-
clearly.
Dave said that Dota Plus apparently went down during these games, so it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
It doesn't track.
Wait, are you serious? Is that why we were all confused? We were making fun of
Yeah.
him for not having
No,
Dota Plus,
it's
and
not
he
on him.
actually had it, but it was just down.
Yeah, he actually knew
Y'all
like
are
why.
bullies.
Unless he was making it up, which
Silence, Dave.
Could be
You're an
possible.
observer. We
it's
don't
within his
hire you
character to
talk.
lie about.
That
it.
would have been so great. He's like, all right, I can't talk back. They're making fun of me. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to plant a seed to the most gullible one of them. Jenkins comes out. Guys, I have confirmed data here.
Confirmed data.
Wow.
Dota
Classic.
Plus was down.
Oh.
Dave wouldn't abuse me
hi.
like that. Come on.
I think he totally would.
Would you, Dave?
Well, now we know what to do to like troll Jenkins throughout this entire event. Just come up with.
Don't abuse me.
Jenkins is pretty trusting. I won't lie.
He's a lovely lad.
I disagree. Strongly.
Thanks, Shane. You have my back.
He's evil to the core.
I'm not lovely and not trusting.
Should we fast forward a little bit? Is there anything
No,
interesting
no,
happening
no.
right now? Are we good?
Well, it's just a farm fest.
I
for the
know.
most
That's what I'm
part,
saying.
right?
It's farming. I want to
They've
see
got a
some
life
action.
stealer bombing. So
Okay,
You can see.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Make some moves, boys.
All right. They
Dazzle
took
us
heed to
there.
my
Yeah,
call.
they heard you.
The BKB, the
They
Maelstrom.
heard you in the past.
Oh, God, it's Zai.
Oh, Zai, not like this.
Ordinarily tanky ogre.
We got a good fear, though.
And Pylite did get picked off somewhere.
Oh, she's
No, they've got the BKB. Saw.
just a little reset.
Perfect setup for the.
Crystal
think it's
Maiden
leave.
ulti.
All right.
Oh, mid one jumps back in. He wants to try to clean this up. Still has the ultimate.
Nice heals from.
CC&C on the run. He'll be all right for now. Puppy on the high ground trying to slow things down. It's close, and they've got CC&C. The Dark Rift has been queued up. Snake King makes the retreat. MSS left behind, but has a
Blink
couple of
must be up
leaps.
soon.
Then Vizrune.
Oh, he missed the
so
pounce.
close.
No vision. I mean.
I think it reveals, right? If
What,
you-
the
if you-
pounce?
If you get the pounce, yeah, I
No?
think so.
No, I don't,
I don't
think
think
so.
so.
Are you
I
sure?
don't
It
think
doesn't
so.
leash reveal?
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
Get off the pound.
Wow, I didn't realize if you hold down Alt, it shows you the countdown to stack. That's kind of nice.
You didn't know that?
No, I just look at the timer at the top and stack it. I don't
Okay,
hold Alt.
do not start doing it because
It
I've been
doesn't-
doing it for like 2 months now, and I feel like when I go back to normal Dota, because it's going to get removed, I'm not going to have a clue what's happening.
Why do you think it'll be removed?
Because it's only a part of the compendium.
Oh, okay.
Some of them are pretty wrong too. Like if you have like two, like if the camp is already stacked, it won't work. Or if you try to stack it in a certain way, it won't work. Or if you're trying to-
Classic Dota.
Well, it always works on the first stack. But
it
after-
does, yeah, it does. But you know, when you're trying to like double stack or something like that, and you try to do it on the timing,
I mean, if we broken itself, you had a 4 ancient stack, and it told you the perfect time to stack it to get the 5th stack.
it would. But it's also broken when it tricks you into like stacking it the wrong way. It's like I'm never using that again.
Well, that's what you get for using a crutch, dude. Aren't you supposed to be a pro player?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is what I get.
Can they actually kill CCNC here? What's the lead? The fear?
No, not with that BKB damage.
Gives himself a reset. He sees Zai. He says, all right, we're going for the weak one.
He's not doing a lot of damage, though, so he has to back down.
Yeah, no help either.
You're pretty happy with that you get the BKB charge out of him, I think, yeah?
Yeah, it's a small win for Secret, for sure.
It's always satisfying knowing that that guy's BKB is getting lower.
Yeah. I mean, they got to pick on Jakiro mid, so
His Snake King is in a bit of trouble. He dodges the stone mode.
he does not have a Dark Rift to get out of this one. He's going down quick, survives, sustains. Puppy gets turned on. Secret still committed to this fight. They will finally bring down the Underlord. Fear to try to lock down this Ember Spirit. It's successful.
They have no business hanging around that long after the BKB goes down. Mid one's just causing a ruckus for them.
It really is.
Did
That's
you see him
Windbreaker.
dodge the arrow? Well, the arrow came in from the right when he was attacking Underlord, but he dodged it. I don't know how he had visions it. Spider senses, maybe?
Maybe.
I think these days mid one is one of my absolute favorite players to watch. He is so good at like pushing the envelope like that where you look like, oh, is this guy crazy? He's going in? Okay, he's backing up. He's always right on the cusp. It's insane to me how well he knows the limits on so many heroes.
He basically just like knows if he's taking a fight, it's probably a good one.
Yeah.
99% of the time, if he's in a fight, it's a good one.
And it's just like a fundamental part of his play style. It doesn't matter really what hero he's on.
Yeah,
He plays
yeah.
certain heroes in completely different styles. Like,
I think the best part about mid one is the way he's playing now. In the past, he used to play like more of the farmy kind of like on the #1 position, and I feel like Nisha coming into the squad allowed him to kind of relax and just kind of play some Dota, you know what I mean, instead of like being the #1.
yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, Nisha's just a carry machine.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm really on the Secret hype train. I think they're actually going to win this TI. That's my less than bold prediction. Very safe, but I genuinely believe it. I think all 5 of their players are top tier, and the way they work together is just, there's something magical, man.
So I was talking to name drop a little bit, Yapsor about Nisha in general, and he described them as a goat. Like, so basically they'd be like, yo, Nisha, do you want some more farm? Nothing. He wouldn't say a word. And like, he just very, very rarely talks, and he just owns everyone. Like, so it's like there's a ghost playing for him.
He's focused then.
Sounds like the perfect carry player, honestly.
It was like that. Was it the KL Major? Was that the first event he played at with Secret?
Yeah.
They did all that content with Slex and Balistrix, and he didn't say a single word in any of the Secret pieces, and all 4 other players were talking. It's kind of funny, but exactly that.
The ghost.
And if he shows results, doesn't need to do anything else, I guess.
I mean,
yeah.
have you ever actually looked at like the Wikipedia page for Nisha? And since he joined Secret, he has just been winning. I mean, he's got like a Sumail type record going
Yep.
from he was on, what was it, No Tidbits or some like team that you've never heard of before, and then
It's a great name.
Team Secret, Elements Pro, and it's just like nothing. And then this last year he's won an obscene amount of money.
He's pretty young too, right?
18.
Oh, he's scary.
He's
yeah.
18.
Yeah, he looks like a baby.
Yeah, he's.
I'm sure he loves it.
He
I'm
doesn't
saying
anymore.
that
He's
about him,
bulking
but-
up. He's getting big.
Yeah, he still
Just you
looks
wait, dude.
like
TI9, he's gonna be swole as hell.
He is going to be
Oh, yeah.
huge.
No, he's already pretty big.
He's
like,
pretty
Is he?
big.
Has he been bulking?
Oh, he's
All right.
looking girthy. Yeah, he's looking good.
Been pumping iron.
Like,
with
I
Puppy.
seen a picture
A
of
girthy
him and
turkey,
Puppy
as he
together,
says.
Yeah.
Turkey.
and I swear, they didn't actually look that different. Whereas beforehand, Nisha was like tiny and super skinny.
He's still growing.
See what happens with the meta changes there, and carries need to be active.
Like physically.
Yeah, physically, exactly.
Yeah,
He's
both
preparing
go-
for that. He's,
Zai going to be in trouble again. The seeming recurring theme of this match.
I guess.
6 of death for the Ogre.
There's nothing funnier than just watching an ogre die over and over and over again.
Ogre and ogre again.
Yep.
Dear God.
It is somewhat
You have a
satisfying,
whole week with me, Shane. Aren't you excited?
Yep.
though.
Riveted.
7K net worth.
That was good.
That was a good one. You know what, Newbee have looked pretty good this game, but Secret are just doing their classic, like, you can't stop them from farming. They're just working the map a little better.
Just look at where Nisha's playing from. He's like literally beside their dire ward. Like this, he's just playing in this area, constantly sending illusions at the creep waves.
Specifically at the 32-minute mark, so he farms outwards, and then when they
Yeah,
enter their jungle, the
exactly.
camps haven't respawned yet. And that's one of the most annoying things to deal with. A lot of carry players just don't do that. And they're like, oh, I can't carry my pubs, why? You know, my team is so shit.
Like, look at the top illusion. He just skips past the... He's just constantly scouting, constantly sending them out. All the information is just always there.
Look at the vision Secret have around the dire jungle, too. That's nice.
That point you made, though, about like, what happens when the meta changes and carries have to play active, do you think it's more that Nisha is really good and just adapting to the current meta, or this is his style and it happens to be a very good fit with the meta that's at TI?
I can't help but think that probably it's just his style, and that's not to
Okay.
say that he won't adapt, because a lot of people are good at adapting, but
Sure.
a lot of the time you have these like young players come in and just own. It's because, or just like somebody in general coming back and like owning. It's because the meta fits their
What they wanna
fits
do.
their heroes or their style. Yeah.
That
Like,
makes sense.
if you look at all the TI winners, and you look at what heroes were popular, it's usually their favorite
The ones they
heroes.
were good at.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's an interesting statistic.
Although, to be fair, a lot of the meta is dictated by the TI winners.
It's a self-fulfilling
It
prophecy.
is. It is. I
Dude,
agree
look
with you.
at mid
I'm
one,
just
though.
saying.
Look how far he went in. He gets off the ultimate. He's still alive. He's still in this fight. Finally goes down. That's just the Aegis, though. Can Secret still continue to take this fight? Yawar charging into the back line. Rage on. Gets that kill onto Zai. Nisha also falls in the fray, and it looks like it won't be the fight Secret wanted. Now
Ooh.
Puppy makes the retreat, but they lose too.
What happened in that fight? Where'd it go so badly?
Just went a little bit too far, I think.
Can we look at it again?
Should
Yeah,
we roll
we
it
can.
back? Should we do a half speed?
I'm interested.
Because you can see mid one, he like,
He just goes so far away from his teammates, right? Is that why?
yeah, it's a bit deep. I wish we had
But
the
it's been
table like it.
Okay, let's
It's been
try.
working up until this point.
So you got Nisha. They're split up quite a bit here. So you can see Nisha's moving back.
Mid one
but
goes on
the
the back line,
Mid
yeah?
one tries to jump on the Mirana, can't quite
Forces
find it.
away.
It's stun locked a bit.
And the rest of Secret are doing kind of feck all right now. Nisha's hitting a building.
Puppy's trying. He's gonna try to go for the freezing kill.
Mid
yeah.
one still gets the reset there. They get a great fear. How does Nisha die? I think that was the part I missed.
Yeah.
Still at full HP.
The magic damage is kicking in now, though. On mid one, it's insane.
Oh, he's standing on
He's
top of the
getting
macro pyre.
Yeah.
He's just not moving.
He tried to
They
song.
force him with the Glimmer Cape. Puppy tries to keep him.
CCNC's just got the chops.
He just didn't do anything in that fight, basically.
BKB in the rage too. So.
Oh, and he
Nice
songs
BKB.
while the
Can't get
BKB is
out,
on, so CCNC just kills him. Okay. Well, there you go. That explains it. the Naga just couldn't really find a target. It seemed like a miscommunication in terms of mid one going in too far after I praised him for knowing his limits.
I think
Way to curse him.
I think
I
also Newbee identifying that the Naga was super killable in the position that he was in. They had used everything to save him. That was pretty nice.
He knows his limits now.
You learned a valuable lesson that day.
Forward look really, or
Newbee.
look really cool. Sorry about that one.
It's still messing with me too,
Yeah.
to be fair. That's,
Even the logo looks similar.
Yeah.
It's bluish.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
So about Newbee? No, that was it?
Well, to backtrack a little bit, like we're talking about Nisha and when Nisha first came onto the scene, I think it's really, like, one of my favorite things is being able to see these players actually progress and just come more and more into their own. Like, that's one thing I love about, like, watching regionals for, like, the longest time is you see these up-and-coming players, you're like, oh, this guy's going to be really big if he just finds that right fit, right? If he finds the right team, if he gets the right patch, what have you.
Has the right epiphany. Yeah. I'm going to start doing this more, do this less.
Yeah, and you start to see these habits showing up, and they start to get innovative too, and they start to create their own style of play or like certain item builds. So that's been really fun to watch Nisha, like thinking back on it. Just like, wow, you know, look how far this kid has come.
Yeah.
It spirals.
Now, like, you know,
it
his
spirals
Morphling,
too.
like, you don't let him get that. Like,
Yeah. Like when somebody's really good at one like specialized hero, and then like they get another one, like because everybody's banning that, like they just seem to get better and better and better, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
they're just like a super sick tier 1 player. That
I love
I mean,
that.
that kind of logic is exactly why I'm such a big proponent of the TI prize pool trickling down a little
Yeah.
bit more, because there are so many talented players out there that can't afford to commit to the full-time grind to become a true tier 1 pro.
Yeah, like for instance, they have to like do casting and stuff like that.
Yeah, they got to actually
Basically, yeah.
grind to pay the bills.
I don't think
Right.
you're talking about you, Jenkins.
Oh no, I was speaking about like Moxie, for example.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Really holding me back here,
We
guys.
played Party Q. I know.
We do. We're great. I am a delight to play with.
Plays a good CM.
I do.
That's about it though.
That's literally the only game I've played with you. Wow.
Well, that's all I know about
Toxic
it.
Jenkins over here.
I've also always wanted to
Not
see
carrying you anymore.
Yawar find some success, though. I always felt like the dynamic of him and Sumail, and I don't know either of them at all, but it's got to be hard having a brother like that who is such an all-star,
Yeah.
and Yawar is still a really good player. And if he were just in a vacuum, we would think of him as just a regular pro, but I think people naturally compare his accolades to Sumail,
Yeah.
and that's got to be hard.
If you can compare how it happened, like Yawar was the one who taught him how to play Dota. He was
Yeah.
playing Dota longer than him, and then Sumail comes in like 6 months before TI, wins DAC
Yep.
straight away, like, and then rises to stardom instant. And he's been kind of grinding.
Yeah. It always warms my heart to see Yawar do well.
He's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Like recently, he's legitimately like a tier 1 carry, guaranteed.
The whole team has really come
The whole
together.
team has, yeah.
I'm glad that this newbie roster has they've been pretty consistent for a while now, actually.
To be honest, like I think Snake King has always been an extremely good player. Yawar kind of came online. CCNC came online. MSS has always been extremely good. And then they got Pylai Die.
Yep.
So this is just a full like star-studded roster. This is a great North American team.
Honestly, a value get for Newbee.
Yeah.
Like, complete value.
Right place, right time. It's nice to see Pi on a team that's...
Yeah, I agree.
I love teams where it's I like all 5 players. Like I just like all 5 of those guys. I can't not root for this team.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. I feel that way for both of
Then
these
again, they're
squads.
against Secret. Yeah, it's a rough life out there.
Newbie are starting to take a little more control, though. I mean, Secret had like a 7 AK net worth lead not that long ago, and it's now even.
It feels like
Look at
Newbie are
that.
a lot further ahead, though. Just looking at how the game's been played, like how Secret are always on the back foot, always avoiding fights. They just can't handle the team fight.
I'm surprised they're giving up this area like that.
Yeah.
They,
Look at all the purple circles on the map, though.
yeah. Maybe they don't have vision.
Naga with, was that an Orchid?
Right?
Yeah,
He's
oh,
on
Bloodthorn. Okay. That's kind of cool.
Neither like against Lifestealer and against
The Underlord too. It's pretty nice.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Like, it's like the only point where you actually kill the Underlord.
is the Lifestealer doesn't have any way to break it though, right? Oh, he has
begin-
BKB. Is that new?
I think it's his last item.
I can't see.
Oh, here we got the
Every
logo. Is
time.
it 10 second?
Oh no, I brought up. I shouldn't have said anything. It's 10. Yeah. Pointing out the flaws with the stream. Oh no.
Pog. As if we can't put that Jungle Jam logo on the other side.
It's fine. Mid one leading the charge here.
He just goes in.
Pops on it.
Pretty aggressive start, but they just destroy this Mirana. Fast buyback. Terrorize to follow up. Newbee not in full retreat, though.
Oh, the Glimmer. Oh, the ice pop.
I think if they get out, just losing CM is really good.
You got a buyback on
The buyback
bottom.
and BKB too. I mean, it is on a lifestealer, so I guess it's not that important. I'm really loving how Secret are taking these fights, where they just have Min1 go in like a madman, and then they follow up the Dark Willow ulti.
Well, it's a Bloodthorn.
That was fast.
There's no way they can take Roche. on
You
Newbee.
can't rush against
No,
Naga. It's
no.
not possible.
I mean, they don't have a good Roche lineup either. They don't have any minus armor. I don't even know if they have a medallion.
They're just trying to bait them into a fight, right? That's the play here.
Yeah, but I mean, Naga makes that hard.
I think if you're Secret, you know that they can't really rush. The Naga illusions can just full push too, and then you song in to take the Aegis.
They're whittling away at them now.
Yeah,
On
they
the
are.
arrow.
Fighting into a choke point is scary business.
In he goes. BKB up.
To the high ground. They're looking for this first kill, but Naga's good. Lotus, fourth staff. There's the shrine. Now the reset comes. Secret may be ready to fight, but there's going to be a pit of malice in the way as they all try to make it down to the low ground. Mid one again in the front lines, putting a lot of damage out. Still sustaining, at least for now.
Though.
No, Zai, not again.
Nobody's
not like this,
dying.
Zai, please.
The game of chicken here. Another fourth staff. Zai going to survive.
Oh, the fear!
Nice.
Now here comes Nisha around the backside. Finally, the pincer from Team Secret. They'll get the kill onto the Jakiro, the Underlord, looking for more. Looks like a TP goes through, and now Roche ripe for the claiming.
How much Agi is on mid one right now? I thought he had
He was chomped away.
They're like the way Secret plays. They're just always just baiting in, just like dangling this Zai in front of you, and he just keeps getting four staff, Glimmer Cape, and it just forced Newbee into this horrible, horrible position.
It's like Pavlovian, right? You see
Yeah.
a Zai and you're like, oh, we killed him so early, and so many times in the early game.
He's
That's our
the
go
weak one.
time. We gotta go, and then you're like, oh no.
Makes you wonder if it's intentional, or maybe they've just identified that it's like, all right, they're gonna go on me. I know they're gonna go on me because they have. It's like in the game you identify it. I guess in Dota you can't really intentionally do things. The game like changes so much. You can't you can't plan for something like that. But in this game, definitely Zai's like, all right, guys, this is a fight.
They're also splitting up the lane suppression as well.
Oh yeah. Secret never seems to have lane problems. They're very good at always pushing them out, especially with Naga.
I think the other game that we watched too, they had the big mother arc board too, so.
Yeah.
And that's one of the values of having Puppy, right? It's the fact that you just draft these really, I don't want to say complex, because that's, at the end of the day, right, Dota is all about what is the easiest and most straightforward, efficient way to win a game.
Yeah.
But there are so many complicated bits, though. Like, there's so many possibilities within a Puppy draft, I guess.
I definitely know that's something people are turning more towards trying to get. It's like some hero that can cut waves in like the late game, whether it's like an Illusion hero or some Slark or Ember Spirit. Some hero that can just like, or Kunkka with X, something to deal with lanes, or your game can be so hard if you're playing against something that split pushes like Naga.
Naga's loaded.
I like the Bloodthorn so much because they have no way to deal with the invasion on lifestealer at all, apart from the Bloodthorn. Like he has a low invasion, right? He's got the halberd, he's got the talent, he's got the radiance.
Top shrine has fallen.
What is his percentage? 40%.
Doesn't include the Radiance either.
Yep. And that's a straight add, I'm pretty sure, right? The Radiance aura.
I'm not sure.
Because it's not an item on top of you, I'm pretty sure it is.
I think it's not.
What was the question? A straight ad?
Like it's just added to the evasion. I think it's not, because it would
no, it's multiplicative.
yeah, it would.
You
So-
sure?
It would be based on what's remaining of the
Well,
chance of you hitting. Which
Well, has it changed recently? That was the last a stats person told me like 8 months ago or something. That it was still, because Jenkins is right. If it's additive, you can get too close to 100% evasion too easily.
But I'm pretty sure Radiance is the only one that is like this.
Oh, so that one's an exception.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
Can we look it up? Is there a? I don't even know how to Google that.
I don't know. You'd have to go into a test lobby, and then like
We can test after.
hit
the
somebody
game.
like 10,000 times or something.
Don't worry, we got that.
If it is, I'll buy you a pint.
By the way, we do
One.
have beer available in the venue now. If you're in the audience
Yeah, there
and you
you
haven't
go.
gotten a beer yet, get on it.
If you're old enough to drink.
Yeah,
In case you could
21 and over. But we've got beer.
The Jenkins can't have
Come on.
What a nerd.
This is the worst day of my life.
We love you.
All right, well, what's happening here?
This Naga's trying to get away, but she's a little piggy right now.
That is a
Hold up into play. There's going to be the cheese, though, getting used. Mid one still alive and kicking, but he will actually pop. The Aegis coming up, and they'll turn their attention right back now onto Nisha. They'll take him down, and it looks like they're going to be losing mid one to him.
Okay.
Dear Lord.
This is a slugfest.
It's
As one team starts to pull ahead, it goes right back the other way.
Bit of a feed train, honestly. Like one team's going choo-choo, and then the other one just kind of
So,
jumps on board.
That should be
I think Shane is right here, gang. It doesn't say specifically, but through the art of deduction, it's a miss chance, not an evasion. So that's the difference.
There we
Stacking
go.
evasion, it's multiplicative, but miss is a separate mechanic despite being essentially the same output. Because the blind is on you if you're trying to attack me. Evasion is on me to dodge you when you attack. So you have a chance to miss. If you hit, then I have a chance to dodge. So
Yeah, but you have a chance to miss, but you already have the chance to have it be evaded, right?
I see what
So
you're
it's
saying.
within
Don't
the- it's-
overthink it. It's definitely additive. I'm all in on this.
Okay.
But you should still test it.
We'll find out in about 20 minutes when this game's over.
Something like that. We're 45 minutes in. We're getting to it. Up to the high ground we go.
There's less than a 1K net worth lead. Like, that's how back and forth this game is
And
going.
it keeps on switching as well. Look at the top.
Completely.
Still wild. It's a 2x kill score on top of that.
Yawar has not died. He is 908. They are really struggling to kill him. Like, the Bloodthorn does nothing against BKB, right? He also has the talent for the rage duration.
Well, definitely going to get a bottom lane of barracks here. Yeah, there's that rage duration. No buybacks used by Secret, though, so not too significant in terms of economic damage yet.
Jenkins, when you're playing and some team is pushing your racks like this, how difficult is it not to buy back?
For me personally, extremely difficult. I would already have bought back and probably thrown the game.
Ah.
Okay.
But in general, like, does that ever happen where
In all honesty, I know people have gotten a lot better at like understanding that 40 minutes plus racks don't matter at all. Well, almost, like, it's information, but it's not like you can just lose because you lose a racks. Like at this point, it's all about buybacks.
It's economic damage, though, too, right? Isn't that part of it? Like, over time, you're just getting less gold
Well,
from that lane.
Kind of, but also kind of not because the lane is constantly shoved in, so people can always farm that.
I heard this theory from Lumi before, that losing a lane of barracks can be advantageous in certain scenarios because you always get lane control.
Yeah, like
I laughed. Is this actually true?
For example, like if you have megas, and you just farm the megas that are against you, and the enemy team is farming all the jungles, the people that are farming the megas will get more gold. Because there's all the creeps coming in, and then they don't have the lane creeps to work with.
Oh, because the creeps never get killed by your creeps. So you're
Yes.
literally
Yes.
killing every single
Every
creep.
single creep, and there's so many of them.
Okay. All right.
Like
all right.
a lot of the time, you'll watch these megas games, and the team with megas will be getting gold.
Well, now I feel bad for laughing in Lumi's face 4 years ago.
No, you don't.
Dota's weird.
I love
man.
Lumi.
It is nice though that it gives you the ability to make moves when the enemy team is like responding to their base being shoved in. But your base being shoved in at 45 minutes into the game when you have bots doesn't matter that much.
Yeah,
You're not
especially
gonna get backdoored.
Bots TP is the real
Right.
ridiculous thing.
Exactly. It's just all about going down one lane and just taking front with somebody not having buyback.
Is it me or is it very difficult to tell if they have mega creeps or what type of creeps they have with the new?
I would definitely agree. That looks like there's like complete megas,
Yeah,
not supers, like
exactly.
megas. Yeah, yeah. These are crazy looking creeps. I can't last hit these. I can't turn these on.
Dude, I don't know which way they're walking.
They look like they're dancing. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. They're like the guy at the front's cheering them on. What a miserable life it must be to be a creep, actually.
Yeah, I know.
You live for like 3 minutes max.
You think you're going to be a hero? You're like, oh, all my friends are dying around me, my brothers and my sisters in battle. I'm going to make it, though. I'm going to do it. I'm going to hit the tower. And then you hit the tower once, and then you see that last fire coming at you, like, tell my wife and kids I love them.
But they're dying an honorable death though. It's like they're Spartans or like certain cultures, dying like that is very honorable.
Do you think they have life insurance?
Probably.
Who would insure guaranteed death?
I mean, you
That's some bad business
but
right
still,
there.
you kill them, they drop like 50 plus gold. Like they can clearly afford life insurance. I mean, it's gonna be extremely expensive, but they can afford it.
Possibly. Maybe, you know, maybe the Radiant and the Dire pay very well.
The real screwed up thing is you're going down mid with your family, and then Chen comes on the other team. And
kidnaps
just all
your
of a
family.
sudden, you're forcefully killing your family.
Oh, yeah,
Doom
that's-
comes in, like, eats your little sister. No, Cindy.
No, Cindy.
Cindy the Centaur. It is weird seeing Chen's just pick up all of the like dinkiest little creeps just for the magic resist aura.
It's so good.
It's too good. It just blows. Like you're so used to seeing Chen's like with playmaking neutrals. I guess to be fair, they are playmaking neutrals because they make you unkillable. So
Yeah.
It's still less than a 1K network. I don't think I've ever seen this actually. For it to be this close for this amount of time. Oh, nice force stuff. Save a nugget.
we're about 50 minutes in. I'm inclined to agree with you, Shane.
BKB's not going to save her, though.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
The heart's gonna kick in.
Are they
down
going to
the
find
center.
him? Are they going to find her?
he's
Oh,
dead.
the arrow! From downtown.
I'm pretty sure he just keeps running there, right? You've got Butterfly. You're a speedy little fish.
Sure. He just wasn't expecting MSS to be in
Be
the
a
trees, I
god,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Puppy with the Tokyo Drift.
Oh, that was.
Oh, that was
That was
very
tight.
close.
Yeah.
And I like the way he used Hex instead of chains as well, just to guarantee.
Yeah. Safer.
It's also faster.
Yeah. Ever so slightly.
I'm going for the shrine now. Monkey King bar finished. Look how much money Lifestealer has. Just casually buys the Hyperstone so those buybacks.
One of the crazy things about Dota is how valuable that shrine becomes the later the game goes because of Roshan. Like early on into the game, taking that shrine doesn't really matter that much. You'd kind of rather a lane of racks, but
Yeah.
now it's like you prefer that shrine than a lane of racks.
Oh, show.
Because if you can Aegis on a hero that has no buyback.
Nobody saw that.
Nope.
Bit of a drunken arrow. Whizzing by him.
He was aiming for the range.
He was using he's already used up all of his good luck points. the
Fair.
Naga arrow, right?
Who do you give the Ags to? Ember?
Ember for show.
Oh yeah, he's going for Octarine.
I don't think there's anyone else that you'd give it to, right? Maybe Underlord, maybe?
Magnum's Blessing.
What does the Underlord Ags do?
It gives the bonus damage to everyone around you.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's really good, again, with
That's-
Lifestealer
that's
and Ember.
nice.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, if you get the right talent at 15, it's incredible.
I don't think the talent affects
Does it work
Oh, it
like
doesn't?
that?
No.
So what?
Imagine if
The
everybody
talent is
else
only
gained-
the permanent damage, and the other one is the temporary damage.
Imagine
Oh,
if
it's only
everybody that had the
temporary.
aura got
Okay,
the damage.
I actually
Oh
thought
my god.
Yeah, I thought the Ags was both actually.
Dude, that would be insane.
Okay.
That would be
Just
nuts.
like rush Ags every game on Underlord.
Yeah, you're right. If that was the case, we'd definitely see it a lot more. Okay.
I'm glad it's not though. I don't really like Underlord as a hero. So
He doesn't really like you as
yeah,
players.
that's fair. That's fair.
What's wrong with Underlord?
I
dude?
find
He's
it
fun.
kind of boring.
Okay.
He is definitely a more of the boring
But
variety.
he's a spam Q kind of guy.
Yeah,
but
yeah, he's on the.
WQ. WQ.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you get to run in like a madman.
He reflected the Abyssal blow. Oh, tank? Obviously not tank. No. Moxie, do your good thing.
Doing my good thing mid-one. He's trying to get himself out of this quick this situation. The song comes out. There's the remnant being thrown forward now by CCNC. He's looking. He's got a cursed crown on his head, but he'll turn right back around. Zai, again, he's trying to get himself back. Gets a nice multicast over there on the back end onto CCNC, but they will be able to disengage.
Beautiful.
Well done.
That was great.
I actually feel more excited about the game now.
Gotta get a little energy in there.
Yeah.
I mean, 53 minutes. This shit's about to get really hype. It's been ping pong so far, this back and forth Dota, but pretty soon somebody's gonna take some crippling damage. I can feel it.
What do you like Ogre here? He didn't go any items that he activates, really. He has Midas, and then after that he kind of gave up.
You know, I watched Zai do this build in a pub, and I tried it in a scrim, and I got flamed so hard, and it felt so bad to go for this like ether lens
Yeah.
supporting. I guess he's got Yapsor, which essentially is becoming a core. I mean, look at this guy's items.
What
He's
do,
a core.
what do you think about Ags on Ogre? I've heard some very conflicting opinions about
I
that.
love it.
I love it, but I got flamed for it. So.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say it's pretty bad because you just burn your mana pool so fast that it's hard to get the value you think you're going to get out of it.
I mean, the thing is, like, are you really picking Ogre to do late game damage? Is that really what you want your Ogre's job to be? It's like inviting a plumber over to your house and being like, hey, can you, like, what do carpenters do? They carpent. Hey, can you carpent my, like...
Carpent?
Can you fix my table?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, they can carpent.
Do you call carpenters to your house to fix tables?
I could. Underlord dies. They want more. Mid one jumps out. They find the Jakiro. Yule Scepter gives him a reset. Looking for more now is Newbee. Commit to this fight. CC&C going in hard. Mid one still alive. It's actually Secret that win this fight. 2 down on the side of Newbee without buyback.
And these long fights just do not work for Newbee whatsoever.
This is where Slark shines. Big damage coming the way of Newbee. Buybacks coming on the side of Secret. They've got him on Dire. They'll burn him. Still 2 stuck in the grave, and now the Life Stealer falls.
That's his first death in the game. 1,100 gold.
Impossible.
How much money does mid one have?
Can we watch, like, the start of that fight again?
Can we get the fight recap?
I just want to see how...
Can we do it all at once? Dude, look at this
Jump
guy.
ahead.
Look at this guy.
I would like to point out that Zayori sounds Canadian now.
So Underlord died first. Did they just ran past everybody and go on the Underlord? Because there's no buyback?
Seems like it.
Dude, mid one living here as well.
They just killed 2 heroes with no buyback, and then their CM has buyback.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is that Slark living. If he dies there, this fight looks so different. But now he jumps back into the fight with all those stacks, and there's just no stopping it. He hits so hard.
The nullifiers are pretty huge as well. I think we see it off on the light here.
And also Secret playing around the Aegis. It was one of those situations where, hey, we've got the Aegis, let's take the team fight. Your Aegis carrier was the last one to die. Made no difference.
That's like just simple, really great target priority in team fights that won them that.
Yeah.
Like they were about to just get chipped away and lose the base. They had to do something. Whenever you're in a position like that, getting high grounded, teams are really smart these days. They like cut the adjacent creep waves. They'll like sit on high grounds with wards. They'll deward everything. You have to take a fight.
Also, their heroes kind of fall off a bit. Like if you compare Naga and Slark late game to Ember and Lifestealer.
Yeah. Especially Lifestealer.
Yeah. Zoning them.
I love the like running at the throne as if you're going to take throne just to force buybacks. Because you have to buyback to defend your throne. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Oh, they can only get 2 lanes of Raxi, right? Oh.
And they're just going throne.
There's so much damage. He has DD as
Oh,
well.
he has a DD in
Yeah.
33 stacks.
One of the best counters to Slack right there. Nice 4 stacks. He meant the support items he could have.
Yeah, mid one's a beast this one.
With the fear too.
And
On the
it's
back
game over.
line. That's it.
Is that actually it?
They just need to hit racks. The throne, I should say.
Wow.
So easy.
From that single fight.
I mean, that's Dota in a nutshell right now, though. You have these back and forth mid games, and eventually the game gets to this point where it's like you just don't have the buybacks. You know, you just have that one thing that gives,
Yeah.
and it all falls apart.